Nursing is an art. And if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion, as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. For what is the having to do with dead canvas or dead marble compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the fine arts. I had almost said the finest of fine arts.
I've been so proud to be a nurse. It is work that really matters.
The nurses are always there. The doctors go home. They've done their work. They're gone by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and the nurses are there for 24 hours a day.
They are, in fact, the glue that holds the healthcare system together and the first person and the last person that a patient sees.
We have an aging population. Our population is going to go from about 35 million people over the age of 65 to 72 million is projected by 2030. And it means that, older people have more chronic diseases. They utilize healthcare more. And so we have a projected shortage of anywhere from 340,000 to 1 million nurses by 2030. And one of the barriers to educating more nurses is the shortage of faculty members.
We are flooded with applicants for every nursing program in the country, be they state, private, it doesn't really matter. Students want to go into nursing. We simply don't have the faculty to support them.
If we don't address these issues right now, I think we do so at our peril, because the tidal wave is going to be coming at us very quickly.
The Jonases decided that they wanted a field that really needed them, where they could make a difference. And by some quirk of chance, the greatest luck in the world, they decided on nursing.
We want to make a crucial difference in a field that we feel is very, very understaffed, undervalued.
It was needing a champion.
The goal of the center is really threefold. First of all, providing scholarships for nurses to become new faculty members. The second area is really bringing thought leaders together to discuss ways to provide better care and lower costs. And the third focus is really innovation. What are those new things, new ideas that need support to get a start, to provide better patient care?
What they're doing is focusing on PhD students. They're giving scholarships.
We rely on the deans of the specific nursing schools to say, here is candidate A fine scholar who has financial hardship and who would be a dream teacher.
Hello, my name is Annie Rohan. I am a Jonas nursing scholar. I have worked for over 20 years in neonatal and pediatric intensive care.
I'm passionate about geriatrics and moving health policy forward.
My main focus is the health of migrant populations.
My research interest is in workforce development, particularly enhancing the role of nurses in sub-Saharan Africa as well as Asia.
As a Jonas scholar, I'm allowed to continue my work with my patients and my students and go to school part-time at the University of Pennsylvania. So it has afforded me the opportunity to stay doing what I love and also doing what I love, which is learn how to be a nurse researcher.
This has provided the opportunity for some of us who want to pursue a career in academia to go back and get advanced level training to teach those nurses who want to come into the profession.
And I think Jonas Scholar just really plants that idea that the sky is the limit.
I am determined every day when I do my studies. I think of Mr. and Mrs. Jonas, and I just want to make them proud, and I want them. They often tell the story of how their friends invested in art or invested in Wall Street, and they invested in nurses, and I am determined to make sure that their investment, when they're sitting around their cocktail table, that their investment was very worthwhile.
We are very involved with convening, which means bringing together strategic people who are involved in the nursing field to share their common interests. And we had a particularly exciting meeting in Washington where the Jonas scholars got to meet other Jonas scholars. They were learning what other people are exploring the same things that interest me, What is that person doing? So that there are many, many convening opportunities that the Jonas Center has fostered that have really been quite productive.
When I was at the conference in Washington, D.C., I got to meet amazing people that I probably otherwise would not have been able to meet if it hadn't been for a Jonas Scholar.
In talking with some people at the Jonas Conference, have already looked at my own research differently, looked at how I'm going to go forward, and also started to identify maybe people that I would like to collaborate with in the future.
It's very nice to have someone who is behind you 100%.
We are passionate about what this center means and about what every person who gets within our purview does and how they learn and how they are mentored, and we all care deeply.
I really admire the Jonas Foundation for their advocacy, because I think it's one thing to provide scholarships, the other is doing what the Jonases are doing, which is go out and trying to make the problem better known and try to attract more funders into the area.
Our goal is to be in 50 states by the year 2012.
We realized that we cannot do this alone, and we then decided partnerships are the way to go. And we were extraordinarily lucky and I guess effective in that people as prestigious and as important as Robert Wood Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, the Hartford Foundation, all of these very illustrious places concerned about nursing came to us.
Under the concept of finite resources, infinite demand, you have to get like-minded people to work with you, because obviously partnerships expand the resources available, not only to develop programs, but also to assure sustainability.
The impact on society is incredibly substantial. Millions of people will benefit from a couple hundred well-educated nurse researchers and nurse educators. And everyone at some point needs their nurse. And the Jonases have just had a vision that I think is very important.
The seeds that we're planting now are vital seeds that will grow and grow and grow. And that's why we want to make it bigger and stronger. And we are hoping that some of our friends will step up with us and be our partners.